so whatever, as long as you're recording. Okay, so let's proceed. Sorry about that. So I was telling you that we have our other application that we're benchmarking from. So right now at this level, want to display the products, like this. All right, so here we're going to create a user interface for a product. We're going to create a user interface for a single product. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to go ahead and go to our widgets. You know, have a file of widgets here, so you can create your first product. What a first product UI. So you can just simply come and say product UI 1. All right, so I can just simply say product UI. Okay, like this, then open curly bracket. So this product UI to return a widget. So our first product UI is going to take different parameters. Let's see what Copilot will suggest for us. So of course, first things first, it's going to check product model and call it P, and then it will take the on click function. Then yeah, I can go with that. All right, so there you go. Then you go ahead and say on top. So why is it crying? You have not returned. So I come here and click comma. Didn't add there anything. I think we can just go with those two. Alright, then you go ahead and return the product UI itself. Alright, so let's go ahead and build it. This is what Copilot is suggesting for us. Let's see what has come up with that for us. So I'll just go ahead and call this function. However, we're going to do better. I know this is not the best. Let's first see what Copilot has done for us. So I'm going to go to our home section. So here, where we're returning the product, where we are displaying the product as text, I'm just going to remove it and pass the product here. And then after we pass on top method, which can put just a simple thing like that. So if I save, I see there I have some error. Let me fix that error very fast, very quick. So I can put here selling price. Yeah, so if I refresh, yeah, that's what we've got. That's what Copilot is suggesting for us, but I believe we can do something that's much more better than this. All right, we can do something that is much more better than this. You can see everything is beautiful. The images have come, right? The images have come. But let's do something better. All right, so let me go ahead and remove this. So let me go ahead and remove whatever we are returning here. We can do something better. Let me go ahead and remove whatever we're returning here. Okay, I'll remove it. Let me benchmark for my own. So what we're going to do, we're going to put an fx container. So just simply put here fx container, then import it, and then after this container, we'll get different parameters, right? So let's go ahead and give this container some parameters like this. However, you can put here the border color to be our primary color, and then the background color to be our primary color light, right? So light to be the primary color, but has something that has light BG, so just something that has light background. Okay, so let me copy that, and then we're going to create it here under my colors. So I'm going to introduce another color. I think we already have it here, this kind of light. Okay, primary light, let's put it here. However, primary light is going to be like light primary, but actually very, very light. All right, so let me put here the primary color, but I'm going to make it really light. Let me, as it sounds, something like just some touch and feeling of that, of our main primary color, right? So that's what we've got. So that's our simple light color. And then after we go ahead, we can again make it a little bit much more lighter than that. It has just our primary color, but really light as it sounds. So I don't know which one is. It looks looked much more better. I think you can go with that. We can go with that. So if I save, we shall have something like that. Alright, so after doing so, after giving these parameters, so the next thing we're going to put a column. So I'll go ahead and put child, put column. Alright, so after doing so, the next thing we're going to do in this column, we're going to give it cross alignment and max alignment, all of them, and make them start. Alright, and then after, we're going to give this column some children. Alright, so our first child to these children is going to be a cached network image. So this library, we have not added it here. Alright, so we're going to add network cached image. As you can see, it's not added here. So this network cached image, as it sounds, helps you to catch the images, and images can still load even when someone is totally offline, once if they loaded them for the first time when they are connected to internet. So let's go ahead and add this package to our project. So I'll just simply come to right. So I'll just simply come to our web portal, our website, our Google Chrome, and just search network cached image, and then you can put Flutter. Network cached image Flutter. So it's a package for Flutter. So go ahead and click on the first search result. You'll see it here. This is the network cached image. So I'll go ahead and get the installing and come and copy the installing command. Then I'll come to our project, is this one, and go to terminal and go ahead and clean the space and then run this one. If you don't have the terminal access, you can as well go ahead and add this one in your dependencies like this. I believe you know how to do that. So let's go ahead and add network cached image. It has now been added. I can go ahead and do it and import it. Now everything is fine. So after doing network cached image, you're going to give it some placeholder. So in the placeholder is a placeholder is something that will be loading when something is a placeholder is a, just as it sounds, it will be like something that will be loading before an image does what an image displays. All right, so we're going to do that. So before you go there, let's go ahead and give the parameters for this image. However, this image, you must give it an image that will be displaying, or the link of the image, what you call the image URL. So the image URL, let's go ahead and display the image URL here. So go ahead and say image URL, and it puts so it tells that get image URL, and then you pass the image, the p.img. So by doing like that, you shall have that picture, the pictures showing there like that. You see that? That's beautiful. That's our network cached image by default. Before we pass the different parameters, you see, that's how it looks like. So let's give it some parameters. First things first, I'm going to give it I'm going to give it the placeholder, right? The placeholder. Let's begin with the placeholder, then we shall come to others later. So we're going to give it a placeholder. So a placeholder, let's do it like this. Let me just show you a placeholder before I even put the image. So I can just simply say true, and then put size, and then like this. All right, so this is how should I say it? This is a placeholder. It's called schema loading widget. So if I save, you'll see there's nothing there. This schema loading widget, we're going to be returning schema Facebook schema loading. Okay, so Facebook schema loading, I will go ahead. So let me just explain this. Right, let me go back and explain this. So this is our home page. I've just put here it's our product widget. So instead of returning an image, I want to just first show you what I want to be showing when the image is loading, right? So here we are returning what we call schema loading widget. So schema loading widget is just a widget that I created in functions or in widgets. So here it is under our classes of widgets, right? Widgets, we have what called schema loading widget. So this schema loading widget is just going to be a loader, just the way you see a loader. All right, it will help us to load. When something is loading, it will be showing up, right? So by default, it takes the width of infinity and the height of 200. However, you can do also as well infinity. So you can specify the height if you want to. So you can tell here whether it is a circular, if it's circular or it's not circular, right? And then you can give it padding as well. By default, these are the things that I'm setting as padding, right? So here I just put a placeholder. However, I'm now going to go ahead and create a real schema widget. All right. So go ahead and say we go ahead and return container, and then with the width that has been specified and height the height that has been specified as options, and then the padding we give the padding that has been specified as accordingly. And then after we go ahead and say child. So this is a container that has child. So child, you just simply say schema and then say from colors, and then you specify the colors that you want this schema to load with, and then you give a container that has a color, background color of white. However, we have not put the schema package, right? Schema package is a package that was created by Facebook that loads like Facebook posts, okay? So let's go ahead and add the schema package. So I'll just simply come to our Flutter, to Google, and search schema Flutter package like this. So schema Flutter package, this is the one. So you'll see it is there, very popular, okay, with this popularity. So let's go ahead and install it. So I'll just simply come and copy this, and then after go ahead and install it accordingly. So I'll go ahead and command and run it, and then we start installing that schema project into our project. So it has been installed, the schema package. So I'll go ahead and import this one here. So if I save, now you'll see what I'm talking about. You see, that's what I'm talking about. So have that kind of loading, So you can maybe it should load with maybe the primary color, something like that. So I can say maybe the primary color, primary light, and maybe it can load maybe with primary light. So maybe can make it maybe it should load with primary light, something like that. So you see it has that kind of loading, right? Yeah, so yeah, that's it. You can play with it around. It has a lot of things. If you go and read the documentation, you'll see many interesting things that you can play with this. All right, so it just will help us to load. When you're loading, you can do something like that. All right, so maybe I can go with that. I can go with that loader. Yeah, so if for example if I put here primary color or something like that. All right, let me just go with this. That's fine. So let's go ahead and do what? Let's go ahead and go back to our product widget UI. So you see what schema is doing. So what if I give it some specific height? But if we give it the height of infinity, shall we not get errors? Let's try and see. If we give it height of infinity, still are we not getting errors? Let's check in the console. Oh, we're getting errors, right? We're getting errors. Let me leave it with specific height. Everything is beautiful. If you give it height of infinity, we're getting some errors. All right, so it means that we need to define at least the height of our photo, right? We need to define the height of our photo, right? So we can have something that is a little bit much more specific. All right, so let's go ahead and see how we do that. So if you come back here, you can see we can compute this height in accordance to our device. I don't think that is a very good idea. Let's see. I want to all right, let's see what to do. I don't think that's a good idea, so let's go ahead and see how we come around this height thing. Let's make our height be specific, but since here we have a specific ratio, how can you get height? How best can you get the height of this? So what if I say int height? Still this one is alright. At the moment, let's compute the height from how long the device is. So let's see how we go with that. So you can just simply say our height is equal to a sixth or 1 over 6 1.6 of we get devices width and divide it by 6, or you can compute it according to the height of the width of the device. I don't think that's a good idea. I don't know how we're going to approach it. Okay, let's see. This is the best we can do with this. So I'll come here to our widget and just our product widget, and just simply put double and say height. We import the get equals to that. We put it inside. Yeah. So is it complaining? Right. Let's see if we can compute height that's going to be constant. So let's go ahead and specify height for our schema. I think we can go with that, though I'm not confident. Now what if the device is rotated in a vertical format? Alright. At the moment, let's go with that. We shall see the better way how to approach it later. So that becomes our height, our schema. So let's go ahead and get this schema and cut it and remove it from where it is. Let's go back now to our network image, and now we are going to give this network image a load and placeholder, and give there our placeholder, put there our schema. Right, let me import it. Is it not really imported? So placeholder, it takes a function and context. So let's go ahead and put here our schema like this. So this is how placeholder is done. Right, like this. So give our schema a height that we have computed, and yep. So it means that when the image will be loading, you see, if the image is still loading, you'll see that. So you'll see that it will be showing up. Alright, so let's go ahead and proceed with more parameters. So width, we give this infinity. Now we're on the cached image level. We give it some width of infinity. So it should be like spending 100% of the width. Right. So we go ahead and give it a height of our height that we have computed. So that is our height. So our project will be, our image will be fitting in there. Right. So we go ahead and give the fit of the image to be cover. So the image should be fitting there, like the way you see this image. Sorry. Like the way you see this image, should be fitting there properly. So let's go ahead and do that. So shall give this one image of cover, fit cover. So I don't think it's fitting there. So image, to say fill cover. Let's try refresh. So our image should be able to cover like 100%. Let me see if we have seen any error. Don't have any error. I don't know why this image is not covering up. Maybe I think that's why it is designed. It has that kind of width. That kind of height. So our image is cover. So we go ahead and proceed, and we go ahead and proceed. We give the image cover. We can make it as well fill. I don't know whether it is changing even. Cover, if we put contain, it's changing. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure. Fit width, fit height. Let's put cover. We go with cover. That's a box fit. How it proceeds. I think that's enough. We have put placeholder, put the image itself. Now when there's an error, what should be shown? For example, if the image is not existing like this one, right, what should be shown when there's an error? So we can go ahead and put when there's an error, we can go ahead and show an icon like that. But I don't think that is very beautiful. We can do something better. We can go ahead and show maybe some asset image, like no image product, no image what, no image photo. So I can show you. So you can come, for example, to Canva. Canva.com. You create, this is too long, I think. Let's show you something. I want to show you something, let me be faster. Want to, for example, let's use this is Instagram. Let's go with this. It's too long. These dimensions. Alright, let's go with them. Alright, so you can get then we get our logo. We want to put that something like, if there's no image, you should show something that is at least user friendly. So let me come here to our uploads, see if we have our logo already uploaded. I don't think it is. Let me upload here some our logo very fast. So what is our logo? Our logo is under our project. We're gonna put our logo. Go ahead with some kind of gray color. Let me see if I can do some tint here. Adjust. Effects, filters. Let's make it. We have a filter of black and white. Double click on it. Effects. Want to make it black and white. Let me just do some filter here. Let's reduce the temperature. Let's reduce the tint. Let's reduce the brightness. Let's remove this. Just want to make it black and white. All right. Okay, so let's go with that. That's enough. That's enough. Let me try to reduce its opacity. Something like that. I think can go with that. So then copy it and put it. So just be a little bit creative, eh? So that will be, we want to show something when there is no product. Yeah, so I think I can go with that. Copy, paste, move it here. All right, select all, copy, paste, and then move it here. I think that's fine. So I select all, group, can move it a little bit. All right, so I select all, copy, I paste, so I can make this one to be in the middle here. All right, so I again select all, I paste, make this one to be here. Right, so I select all of them again, copy and paste, so I can put them here. Paste, move them somewhere here. All right, so I don't know how can make them a little bit much more gray. Let me reduce the opacity. I think that's fine. So I can put that. So if you want, you can put, for example, like no image, no image, no image. Like this. Then you make it like gray with some gray color, so it should not shout so much. Gray, and then make it in the middle. Yeah, I can go with that. Then you shall be showing that to a person who is not, when the image is not available. I can just get rid of it if I don't want this word, no image. Let's go ahead and download no img. We download it as a JPG. Download as a JPG. Download. All right. There you go. No img. So 142 kbs, that's fine. So we go to our project, and then we put here, we go to assets, put there no img.jpg. Now come to what? Now come to what? Now come to what? To my colors. Sorry. Now we go to where there is this constant. Where is our constant? It's in tills. So here we have our logo, so we put here also no image, so we put here image.jpg, then put here no image. However, I can add these things like images, stroke, assets, stroke. Is it images or image? Yeah, images, assets, stroke, images, assets, stroke, images, like this. So we can just import it once. All right, so I want to display now this image when someone does not, when there's an error, something like that. So if I come back to our section home, let's first come here to our product UIs. Let's first return a no image before there's no error. So let me just simply come and say for example here true, and then say asset image. I say image, so true and put question mark, then put here like this. So come and say image, then put here just put it asset image, asset.image, and then put no image. So no image is under utils.no image like this. Yep, so that's how it looks like. Can you give it? Yep, so that's how it looks like. All right, you can put the word no image if you want to, so just up to you. Let's go with that. Just cut this and then remove everything here. Now here where there is no image, here where there is that error of no image, this error, you just need to put this utils like this. Where there is no image, sorry, here just return no image, whatever. Yeah, so where there's an error like this, there's no image. However, we can give it some width of infinity, and then some height of our height, and then some of box cover. All right, so yeah, so our brand will be there for the sake of no image, something like that. All right, that's beautiful. Let's proceed to another thing. Okay, so we proceed. We have put that. You can put, for example, even that word that we have put no image if you want to. All right, so let's proceed. Now let's put the price, the name and the price. So the name and the price. I'm going to go next to our column after putting the image. I'm going to go ahead and put another column in the bottom. Put the image. Going to put a container there in the bottom. I'd already designed this, so I'll just simply come after the image. I put a comma and I put a container. So I'll go ahead and put the container. This one as if it has done it for us, but I don't need this. Save. Let's go and put a container. So go and say container. After container, give some paddings. Alright, paddings. Alright, after putting some paddings, we go ahead and put a column inside that container. Child and say column. Alright, give it some alignment of cross-axis start. Then go ahead and give it some children. Right, children. Alright, so just say children. So our first child is going to be padding, and then say padding top of 8, and then you go ahead and import our fx text and say title small, and then you put the product name, which is equal to p.name. Remember our product, are receiving it here as p, right? So put p.name. You can put the width, height of 0.9, then put max lines to be 1, and then put overflow ellipsis. So by doing like that, you shall have something beautiful next to our image like this. Hope you can see that. Right, I might need just the width, the strength is not setting, it's not showing, but we shall fix it, no problem. All right, to proceed. All right, to proceed. We proceed. So we proceed. We have put the height. I hope you've seen how we've done that. Put the height, the width, and how we proceed and put the separator between that price and between that and the price. Then after we put the buy now. For example, we go ahead and put now a container. Okay, and the container. All right, so after putting the container, we go ahead and put the the padding of 0. The container has no padding, of course, by default. Then we go ahead and put a flex, okay, or we can simply put a row and then put space between. So let's go and put some flex there. I'm going to explain this, so I just go ahead and get a flex. So put flex here. So child of this is going to be flex. I'm going to explain everything, don't worry. So child of this container, remember we are here at the bottom, it's going to be a flex, and then I go ahead and give it the beginning. I begin with the price, so selling price. Then before selling price, I'm going to put here the currency. So the currency goes to utils, and then how did you get the currency? Utils.currency. How did you get the currency? Let me go ahead and say maybe. Let's put our currency. We cannot put currency. Let's see. Have something like this. UGX unit price. Let's put a constant for currency. Currency. And then put, for example, UGX. That's what I'm using here. UGX. Alright. So if you are using different currency, you can go ahead and change it. So let's go ahead and change this one to UGX like this, and then we go ahead and import the color to be primary color like this. Okay, so I will go ahead. Let me remove this logic of checkout and buy now. Just simply put a button of buy now. Okay, so that flex, so it has expanded. Go ahead, let me remove this next to it. Let's go ahead and remove this one as well. So you see our flex just having expanded and has this width. Alright, so can go ahead and display the quantity if I want to, the available quantities. I don't think that's very relevant there. Let's put just a button maybe of showing the discount. Yeah, let's put the button of showing the discount. Good, that's good idea. Let's just show the discount there. Show discounts. So you can go ahead and put there discount is greater than 0. You go ahead and show the discount or something like that, where we show off. Alright, so let's go ahead and put the discount logic in our product object. So I'll come here and put a string, okay, a double, or let's put an integer of discount and make it to be 0, and then I'm going to put here get discounts. Alright, so there we're going to be computing the discounts like this. Yeah, so we can just make it this always return an integer, and then we return here what is the difference. Hope it's not going to throw us errors. So let's go ahead and get this and say get discounts. Alright, so just simply go ahead and remove all these. Our time is up. So remove this and do this. So we can just simply put there a selling price, and we cross the selling price, I mean the buying price. So let's put here, for example, yeah, can just as well put there the buying price. Buying a price, we cross it like that. So right, so literally our buying price is the amount that we cross, and let's say 600 is off, and then So you can put here maybe say buying price if it is greater than selling price. I'm not sure you should put, but you can find one that you have put. Okay, so it's a say buying price is off, and then the selling price one that we are showing. Okay, so yeah, I think that's fine. That's fine. So the bigger price is crossed, and then the one that you are selling, it is this one. We can make it to be coming first, and then the one comes last, like this. So that's okay. So that's okay. Can remove this expanded here, and then we wrap it here. Like this. Okay, so yeah, I think that's fine. Now in the next lecture we're going to work on displaying now this in a single image. Like, okay, now when I click on it, now what should we show? We should show now like a real product details. But at this point you can see the direction we are taking is very clean and straightforward. So look at these products, like these ones here, they look nice. All right, so let's proceed in the next lecture where we're going to show now the details of a product. We're going to have something like this, or can have a slider, can show multiple products. We're going to have a logic where I can see the product, the product zooming, zoom out, closing, yeah, and then if time will allow,